and good morning on this beautiful Saturday. We're actually going to be getting started with today's program, the Calallen Summer Invite. We have multiple teams here today, including Coach Mix. We have NRST. We have the Santa Fe Stingrays. That'll be fun. And then, as usual, our NRST, which is the Northwest Regional Swim Team. So we're going to get started in about a minute, and right now we are getting everybody underway. So you probably can see everybody just kind of like, cleaning and prepping everything, but we're getting ready to start. Just bear with us. All right, good morning, everybody. So we are going to get started. We have event 1, the mixed 100-yard medley relay. There are 2 heats. For heat 1, lane 2 should be the NRST team. Lane 3 should be HPAC. And then, is that HPAC ST? Oh, no, it's swim team. And then lane 4 is NRST. Lanes 2, 3, and 4 should be filled right now for the relays. But we're getting started. Did you want to do, I'm going to tell them the example, or we just wait? Well, while they're finishing up, getting ready, I just want to let you know, Coach Kondo did amazing for me. Got me a, one of those, I don't know, it's a neck fan. It's a neck fan. Yeah, a fan for your neck. I hadn't had one. I hadn't bought it. I hadn't gotten anything. This is pretty neat. I like it. He charged it for me, too. He's amazing. So I got a black one. So beautiful. Love it. Do not put your finger into the neck fan when the blade is rotating at high speed to avoid danger. I'm so glad they told me that. And when using, the hair should avoid the air inlet so as not to involve the hair in the body. Okay, endangering its own safety and affecting the product life. Oh, okay, so my hair can get stuck. There's kindergarten all over again. But I have a really, really cool fan, and I enjoy it. And I thank Coach Kondo for thinking of me because, he's pretty amazing. Got teams lining up right now. We've got HPAC, I think, kind of trying to figure something out because we're a little short on that team. But we're going to be getting underway here any second. And here we go. Swimmers are now in the water, taking their positions now, setting up. And there they go. They are off. So this is a medley relay. That ends up that the first leg is what we're going to call it, but the first leg is going to be the swimmer's doing the backstroke. So and lane 3, that is HPAC's team. They're in the lead. They're just speeding it up, taking that good lead, making sure that they have good rhythm, trying to maintain it. But NRST is trying to catch up also in lane 4. She's doing a really good job on that breast, so trying to stay close, gaining a little bit at a time. Oh, and then we have Lynn trying to get up. That poor darling. She goes all the way underwater with this breaststroke. Body into it. That's the breaststroke. And then we have the fly. So back, breast, fly, free. And so we have all of our butterflies going through, and we are moving on to the freestyle, and it looks like the first place team is going to be lane 3, and that's H team. That was Masha Zakova, and he's the one that finished up that race right there for them. Coming in second place, it looks like we're going to have NR on lane 4. And that one is Zoe Raquel that's finishing up that one. And then we have lane 2 NRST, and Paisley Volmering is pushing herself right now. Oh, these babies are wonderful. I mean, you're talking, 7 years old, 9 years old, 8 years old. These swimmers are just trying so hard. They're putting all their body into it, and they just thrust themselves. I love how compassionate they are about these events. And now we're moving on to Heat 2. Heat 2 has 4 teams competing. In lane 2 is NRST's older crew. In lane 3, we have HPAC. That's the mostly 10 and 11-year-olds. In lane 4, we have NRST. Those are littles. We're looking at 7 and 8 only. And then in lane 5, we have HPAC's other team, the B team, and that's going to have some of our older girls, which are 12 and 13 years old, around that area. So here we go. We are off again. Backstroke first, lane 3, HPAC. Eli Barnes is picking up a little bit, but he's got to watch out because in lane 5, Annika Brichards kept up with him and gave her team the same kind of leverage. Have to watch out for Annika because she doesn't care if you're a boy or a girl. She's gonna, or her dad for that matter, she's gonna show you some competition. I still say that her name should have been Annika, like Anakin, but that's the Star Wars geek in me, and we all know how that comes out. By the way, if you ever come to one of our meets, I'll let you know that Sarah McCoy, one of our mom helpers, and the mother of the Liam and Levi and Jax McCoy, and give a heads up to her 4th little baby because she's adorable as well, but she makes some really good food. We get a whole bunch of different kinds of snacks, so I'm loving it. And we are big, fast finish between lanes 3 and 4, and that was HPAC and NRST. No, it was HPAC A and HPAC B. Man, that was amazing coming out. And it looks like lane 5 with Sophia Thompson. That's the one where Annika was trying to keep up, and in the first leg. But Isabella Escobar, Ava Hernandez, they really gave their all in keeping that lead. And then Sophia went up against Micah Ramirez for HPAC, and she just whipped him. And we're talking by like less than half of a second. Now on to the next event. Event 2, the mixed 11 and over 200-yard medley relay. In this one, we have 3 teams, and we are about to get started. This is only the 11-year-olds and older. In lane 2, we have NRST C team. In lane 3, NRST A team. And in lane 4, NRST B team. Swimmers are getting in the water. They're getting ready. They're going to be, like I said, it's back, breast, fly, free. So let's see how this pans out. Okay, so it looks like the race is really going to be between our lanes 3 and 4 because they have like a 10-year-old, which I don't think they're going to be too bad. They have 12 and 14-year-olds as well, but I'm pretty sure that Joey Noel is going to have a little bit of a hard time, whereas the other 2 lanes, those girls are taking off. So we start off with a change. It looks like we don't have Kaden Cooper for NRSC in lane 3 going first, but we did have Elena Latino going in lane 4. Down by about 4. Is trying to pick up that speed against lane 3, but lane 3 amazing breaststroke is right now. So this breaststroke we're pushing, I think it's going to come down really to who's able to do that freestyle at the very end. And fortunate for us, lane 4 has a really good swimmer for freestyle. So lane 4 has Maddie Spitzer, and she's just waiting for her teammate to get back. Still really closing in on that breach, but we do have lane 3 coming in, almost there to finish. We're looking at about a full body length in between the 2 of them. And, ooh, he just touched the pad. So lane 3 started their freestyle. It is up to Maddie to push and push on this. Oh, and I'm lying. We're on the freestyle. We're on the fly. I'm a little early. Ooh, and then we had lane 2 come in. And lane 2, it looks like that's Jalissa Ochoa. Poor thing lost her goggles, but she's still going. Maddie Spitzer just took her turn. She's trying to catch up to lane 3. She's pushing it. Closing the gap. We've got less than half a body length. Come on. It's going to be a close one. Now it looks like she just can't fully grab it. She did close that gap a whole lot. We still have one more stroke to go. Wonderful, beautiful fly. And we are on the last stroke, and that is the freestyle. And it looks like our little thing on lane 4 is really, really pushing that. Lane 2 just had their swimmer take off for the fly stroke. They still have the free, and it looks like lane 3 is going to take this one. Lane 4, she is still going, trying to push herself. That is a fill-in is what it is. I think she is only about 7 or 8 years old. Body lane 4 really did try to bring that back. And while we wait on this, heat event 3, the mixed 50-yard freestyle heat 1 is going to be getting ready. So we're going to have that in preparation right now as we continue to cheer on the other kids that are finishing up their last legs on this race. Great medley relay so far. Parents, do be ready. Coaches, be ready. Swimmers, be ready. Event 3, the mixed 50-yard freestyle is the next event. And we do have 10 heats for the mixed 50-yard freestyle coming in next.
Your heat 6? Oh, 8. Okay. So she's 5. They'll be over here, I'm sure.
Bianca's driver's license, so you have a picture. Here's my phone number. No, I'm not even
But
joking.
that was in a relay. You're right here. You gotta swim another 53. You have one swim and one swim.
Okay, and we're fixing to start event 3, mixed 50-yard freestyle, event 1, and it looks like event 1's going to have 3 lanes occupied. We have lane 2, 3, and 4. In lane 2 is Paisley Volmarian. She's 7 years old. And she just got done swimming a lot. Oh, poor baby. And then in lane 3, we have Zoe Reichel. And then in lane 4, we have Jamie Hugger. Children Art Paisley's 7, Jamie's 7, Zoe is 10. They're also made for NRST, and this is their first time doing the 50-yard freestyle, so this will be a seed time. Seed times are initial times that the swimmers are able to receive. It's a time that they go off of for their next race, so it does ensure the child or the swimmer and the league know where they've been and whether or not they are improving or pulls. And then the swimmer can kind of play around with it and figure out, okay, I know I don't do good at this pull that much. I get a little bit slower because of this, so I'm going to go ahead and work through it. So it's a really great technique for them to be able to keep up with what's their time, what's their best, what is needed to get through. You don't get a cupcake.
Is it in here?
Block, heat 2, go ahead and get in the block. Swimmers, when you hear the first long whistle, that means you can come over here to your lane and you can get up on the block. Don't actually take a position yet, just stand up on the block, and then you're gonna get 3 whistles. Oh no, you're gonna get 1, right, 1? I'm sorry. You're gonna get 3 whistles, get on the block, 1 long whistle. I'm so confused with whistles today. I don't want to whistle anything. Just get on the block, kids. Y'all are doing great. We love y'all. And there we go. All of our adorable little swimmers going through. We're in heat 2, and we have lane 1, Ella McConnell. She's 12 years old, swimming for NRST. Ariana Breton, she's 9 years old. She's swimming for the Rays Santa Fe. That's in lane 2. Actually, the rest of the lanes are all in Santa Fe. So we have 7-year-old Cameron Swan in lane 3, 8-year-old McKay Green in lane 4, and 6-year-old Oliver Borland in lane 5. And we are going. Ellen McConnell hasn't swam us before, but the other 4 do have seat time, so they do have a time that they've already done it before, and they're just going to try to get a little bit faster than that one. This is 50-yard freestyle, and looks like the winner of that heat is going to begin with, and she just got her first seat time, which is a 45.48 seconds to do the 50, and she will be bumping up for the next meet. Seat time really helps out. Swimmers are trying to come in, and that is lane 3, and we do not let any swimmers get left behind. So come on, Cameron! Keep going, don't give up! Keep going! Keep going, push, don't give up! Stroke, stroke! Woo! Great job! Great job for Cameron. You never give up. Okay, so that was a little more confusing. We're usually a lot more organized than this. Lane 4 got a little bit of a late start. He wasn't totally prepped to get up on the block just yet. But for those of you who don't know, that should be... Huh, maybe it's not. I think that was one of the Rogers boys. Here we go, still going. Lane 1's supposed to be Chase Abe, 9 years old from NRST, and then we got the Rays again, 5 lanes of Rays. Cameron Nichols, who is age 6, is in lane 2. Addie Stockall is 6 years old in lane 3. 5-year-old Nash Nichols, he's in lane 4. And then we have 8-year-olds Kevin Gunning, who's in lane 5, and 7-year-old Lexi Holmes, who's in lane 6. Okay, that has a question. Cameron Nichols and Nash Nichols, 5 and 6 years old, male and female, swimming for the Santa Fe Rays. So I'm assuming, and I know what they say about assumptions, how they make a donkey out of me and you or something like that, but it rhymed better. Just letting you know that my theory is that they're related and that their parents are part ownership with the family, the Nichols family that owns Nichols Guns and Drugs, and then the lawyer next door. And if that's the case, Nichols family, come and find me. I have a proposition. Just hear me out. I need like golden 30 seconds. That's pretty much it of your time. I can definitely get it out. I'm just saying there's some things that we can do to make it a little more fun and relaxing for adults at Nichols Ammo and Guns, or not Ammo and Guns, Drugs and Guns, gotta remember, Drugs and Guns. ATF, if you're listening, ignore us. And we are off on heat 4. Heat 4 in lane 1, you have Coach Mix's Barbie Waddle, who's 10 years old, or Waddle. I'm sorry, it's Waddle or what? I'll figure that out. NRST has 2 swimmers going in, 8-year-old Holden Parker on lane 2 and 9-year-old Jacob Davids on lane 3. The Rays have 2 swimmers. They have Finlay Stockall, who is 8 years old. He's on lane 4. And then Xavier Gunning, who is 10 years old, on lane 6. And then, of course, H-Pat got a swimmer, and they're on lane 5, and that is 6-year-old Sasha Svekova. And we are almost at the end, and lane 2 is going to end up taking first, with lane 3 a couple seconds right behind. Wow, we just go in order: 1, 2, 3, 4 on lanes 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like they all wanted to get in together. So that's going to be taking first is NRSD's Holden, taking second NRSD's Jacob. Taking third was the Rays, Santa Fe Rays. That was Finley Stockel. And then Sasha took fourth on that one. So that was a really, really good race, all within a couple of seconds of each other. Those 4 swimmers. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize for correction. It looks like lanes 3 and 4 switched. So Jacob Davis got fourth and Finley Stockel got third. And now we're on to Heat 5. Trying to keep this going. It is currently 10:25. We're a little behind schedule by about 9 minutes, but y'all like to hear me talk. So we are in Heat 5. In lane 1, we have NRST. Actually, NRST has 4 competing. NRST's swimmers are a 7-year-old Jesse Layton in lane 1, 9-year-old Theo Hugger in lane 2, 9-year-old Briley Layton in lane 3, and 7-year-old Daniela Otino in lane 6. H-Pack does have Eli Barnes in lane 4, who's 11, and 7-year-old Michael Fan, who's in 5. Some of our faster swimmers. So it looks like lane 4 and 5 coming in H-Pack are going to take first. That's Coach Condo's. Really great strategies and teachings there. And then we're going to have third place go to NRST's Kenley Bocolt. Fourth place went to NRSD's Rylan Parker. Between Coach Kondo and Coach Isabella, we have Coach Amanda, we have Coach Bashars, we have a lot of coaches. Between the HPAC and the NRST, it's kind of like the Hooks and the Houston Astros. Houston Astros are Coach Kondo and his Banana Slugs, whereas NRST, we're the Hooks. I don't care. We're still the best of the best in our own division, but, you know, we definitely do make it. One of those swimmers dove off of that board and had a major belly flop. Like, I got parents that are timers that are freaking out from the pain of what that child might be going through right now. But we are in He's from the Rays. NRST has 9-year-old Kenley Bocolt and 12-year-old Rylan Parker on lanes 2 and 3 also. HPAC has Caleb Ramirez, who's 9, and Sophia Thompson, who's 13, on lanes 4 and 5. Looks like first place went to lane 4. Another one of Coach Condo's great ones. Yep, same thing. 1, 2, 3, and 4, all going to NRST and HPAC in that order. But really great timings for Santa Fe's Rays. Those kiddos are doing really awesome. The swimmers are still trying to keep within their time. New pool, new plays, and it's hot. Let's face it, guys. We've been over 104-degree heat index by 10 o'clock in the morning every day for a week now. We have about 2 more weeks to go at least. So let's get back deep into this. Okay, so Heat 7. On lane 1, we have Aiden Stockel, who's 10 years old, from the Rays. The Rays have Tyler Robbins, who's 8 years old, on lane 2. And then they have 12-year-old Ian Hernandez on lane 5. HPAC has 1 swimmer in this one. That's 9-year-old Matthew Hinojosa on lane 3. But NRST has 2 12-year-old Jalissa Ochoa on lane 4 and 13-year-old Layla Garza on lane 6. And let's see how these kiddos match up against their old seat time. I don't know, but HPAC's 9-year-old Matthew Hinojosa is definitely pushing. He is in the lead by about half a body length. He has lanes 4 and 6. Those girls are really catching up. Actually, lane 1's coming up in here too. And lane 3, HPAC will take first for this one with our, let's see, NRST Layla's Guards are taking second. It looks like Ian Hernandez was absent from the Santa Fe Rays for lane 5, so we didn't have him swim. And third went to lane 4, NRSC's Jalissa Ochoa. Eight. For those of you who are live here watching, yard free, and that is event 3. Next up will be event 4. We only have 2 more heats in this event, this one, and then we move. Maddie Hernandez really pushing over there. We did have H-Pack take it in lane 3. Maddie Hernandez took second in lane 5, which means that she took first in her division. And she had a time of 36:45. She shaved off 0.55 seconds from her time, it looks like. Am I looking right? Let me see. No, I'm lying. 37. She was 36:45. I'm lying. She took off 1.1 seconds. She had to have 1.1 seconds and ended up getting second in her heat. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit bad. Maddie Spitzer is my daughter, so I just get really freaked out about it. But that, I'm telling you that. Heat, which is heat 10, and let's see how these swimmers match up. We're really in. We have a very, very good competition right now. Annika Brashars is in lane 1. Her slipstream, her dive was just beautiful coming in. She swims for H-Pack. Actually, this entire team is H-Pack right now. All you see is H-Pack in the water. Some of the best of the, and it looks like our competition is really down to lanes 3 and 4. Naomi Lowe and Adrian Barikovich, and Naomi Lowe showed him how the root came up and everything, how that chicken laid the egg first. Way to go. First place on Naomi. She shaved off a second. 1.1 actually. Huh. What a coinkydink. And she's at 26.7 seconds now. Jesus, that's fast. We're looking at some really, really good times. That's like, now we're on to event 4, mixed 50-yard breaststroke. For swimmers, NRST has 8-year-old Holden Parker and 13-year-old Maddie Spitzer for the breaststroke. H-Pack has Michael Fan on lane 4, and then NRST has 9-year-old Briley Layton on lane 5. Lane 3. That's only because her time is squeezed for that heat 2, and fit her in there. So we are trying to. And the swimmers are going. Come on, push, Madeline. Kick. Sorry. 57.27. Still time shaves off. Very, very good. Going into heat 2 of event 4, of course. Lane 4, Michael Fan from HPAC was the only swimmer in the last heat, and he took first. Now, NRST's 12-year Alston Shabala Bolter, 1 and 2. On lane 3, and the Rays have 10-year-old Owen Green on lane 4. Because HPAC is in the lead again. And for this one, it is Ava Hernandez, who's a really great swimmer, and she's 12 years old. But she does have lane 2, it looks like Alston. She is pushing it. She is right behind Ava. And yes, Ava will finish ST's lane 2. Alston Shabala Bolster finishing in second. Great race on that breaststroke for the ladies and the rest of the swimmers. Final heat for event 4. Mostly HPAC. Morgan Kalk is in lane 4. We'll see how he holds up to HPAC because they have 14-year-old Michael Ramirez going in lane 1, 13-year-old Annika Brichard in lane 2, 12-year-old Masha Svikova in lane 3, 13-year-old Adrian Barikovich in lane 5, and 12-year-old Zachary 6. Upcoming event is the event 6, the mixed 25-yard backstroke. Event 6, 25-yard backstroke. Swimmers will not go to the blocks. You will go to the other end of the pool. Swimmers will take the other side of the pool for event 6, mixed 25-yard backstroke. sorry for the delays to those of you who are watching live on the YouTube channel. I am back. Um, Event 6, mixed 25-yard backstroke. It's a little bit difficult when you have younger kids that are doing 25s because they swim on the opposite end of the pool and then have to come to the timers so the timers can get them with the pad. So we're trying to get all that together. Looks like lane 4, which is Zoe Reichel, who's 10 years old for NRST, ended up taking first in that heat. Sorry. Yes, and then we're gonna go into heat 2 next. Okay. We apologize for the inconvenience. If you are in the stands or trying to get this corrected, we had some add-ons and some drops, and it kind of messed up with the heat. So we're trying to fix that right now. And we continue with heat 2 of 8. We do have a change up in the names, so if you are watching live, the lanes may or may not have the exact names. I'm trying to get that collective information right now. But it looks like these are still our 6, 7, 8, and 9-year-olds swimming. Now moving on to heat 3 of 8. If this is correct, we should have... I don't think we're going to. Okay, so I can't tell you for sure out there if we have this correct, but I'll let you know based on what I have found out. Lane 1 should be 6-year-old Cameron Nichols. That's from the Rays, Santa Fe Rays team. Coach mixes Barbie Waddle would be 10 years old. That's going to be in lane 2. She's in lane 2, I'm sorry. And then NRST takes up the rest of the lanes 3 through 6, with 6-year-old John Rod in lane 3, 8-year-old Olivia Hearn in lane 4, 7-year-old Jeffrey Davis in lane 5, and 7-year-old Austin Abe in lane 6. Trying to keep it up with y'all, telling y'all everything that's going. We're still running a little bit behind time, but about 13 minutes, but we are making it. Keep going, baby, keep going. Had a little one over here in lane 1 lose her glasses or her goggles. Looks like they went off. And they're probably back of her head or something. I think that's what's floating around. And she has just finished, and that was Cameron Nichols. Poor thing. Gotta secure those goggles. We're going into Heat 4. In Heat 4, we have a 7-year-old from NRST, Daniela Altino, in lane 1. And then 8-year-old Levi McCloy, that's Sarah McCloy's son. He is from NRST in lane 3. In lane 2, we have 13-year-old Sophia Thompson from HPAC. And then in 4, 5, and 6, it's the Santa Fe Rays. Owen Green, who's 10 in lane 4. Slade Ward in lane 5, who's 10. And 7-year-old Juliana Breton in lane 6. Waiting for swimmers to get out of the pool and getting ready for Heat 5 of 8. We have mostly Santa Fe and NRST in this heat. In lane 1, it is Santa Fe, Ariana Breton. She's 9. 7-year-old Lexi Holmes. She's in lane 4. And then we have 8-year-old McKay Green in lane 5. Those are all Santa Fe Rays. For NRST, we have Jamie Hugger and Theo Hugger, our 7- and 9-year-old boys in lanes 2 and 3. And then Jessie Layton, our 7-year-old young lady, she is in lane 6. On a fortunate note, I do have Naomi Lowe with me. Just found out today that HPAC's Naomi Lowe's middle name is officially dubbed Lilo on YouTube for everybody to listen and having fun with that nickname, Naomi.
Yes.
Do you want a different nickname? You want? Well, I mean, I think it matches with you. You're rain blue. She need a little purple, right? Something like that. Isn't that what Lilo does? I gotta get you the doll. You gotta get the doll, and you gotta learn Hawaiian, like a Hawaiian luau dance. Absolutely. I think that would actually work out. Anyway, but Naomi enjoys spending long walks on her own private property and driving her speedster boat around her personal private lake and utilizing all of her parents' funds and vehicles for all her personal needs. So we're going to go ahead and continue with Event 6. We are now on Heat 7. We are going fast. That was Heat 6. We have Michael Fan from HPAC, 7 years old. I'm telling you, Coach Condo's got something going on here with his team members. And we're on Heat 8 of 8. This one's the fastest one. Preston Perry for NRST in lane 1. He's 13. 12-year-old Elena Otino for NRST in lane 2. We have HPAC Adrian Barikovich in 3. Liam McCloy in 4. Also a child from Ms. Sarah McCloy. And then Annika Brashars, who's in lane 5. Always one of our fast ones. And then Lucas Forshaw in lane 6. And this is just perfect patterns. Lane 3 ended up taking first in that one. That was Adrian Barikovich. He didn't seem to want to wait, but that's HPAC for you. Always leaving everybody else on their phone. Now going on to Event 8, which only has one heat, and that's going to be the 200-yard breaststroke. We have Masha Svetkova, who is 12 years old for H-Pack, swimming in lane 3. And Annika Brashars in lane 4. She is 13. She's also for H-Pack. And let's see, shave off a few seconds for us. And 13-year-old Annika Brashars, who I think should have been named Annika after Anakin Skywalker, because that's a cooler name. Just my personal opinion. But on, we have event 600-yard IM. There are only 3 heats. Please be ready. 3 heats for event 10. Be ready. Mixed 100-yard IM. Last event for the mixed 200-yard breaststroke, Masha Zvetkova did take third. She added about 3 seconds to her time. A little bit slower than usual, but we're going to let that slide. But she was in lane 3 and she took first on that one. We're on event 10, the mixed 100-yard IM. Remember, the IM is the 4 different strokes for these. We have Aiden Lopez in lane 1, Jalissa Ochoa in lane 2, Eli Barnes in lane 3, Caleb Ramirez in lane 4, and Briley Layton in lane 5, all from NRST and HPAC. If you don't know our kids by this event, by right now, I'm probably not going to announce their ages or their team rundown because of the fact that I've already announced every single kid's name at least once. um, see how the swimmers shape up for this initial heat on the mixed 100-yard IM. First place for this heat gonna go to his seed time, so that is amazing. Now going on to heat 2, we have Zachary Ramirez in lane 1, also the biggest competition going on, but we are working it. And for that heat, we're going to have lane 4 take first. That was Ava Hernandez. Like I said, I was very interested in that one. And she was able to shave off 2 seconds and get a little bit faster. Really great job by Ava Hernandez. We're now on to heat 3 of 3. Next up will be the butterfly. That'll take a little bit of time. We do have all 6 lanes full right now. In lane 1, Michael Ramirez. In lane 2, Sophia Coaster. She's 15. She's with the Santa Fe Rays, and I don't believe that I've said her name yet. In lane 3, Masha Svetkova, one of our fast ones. That's H-Pack. Adrian Barikovic is 13 in lane 4. We have Annika Brichards and then Felipa Escobar in lanes 5 and 6, respectfully. first place for that heat is, let's see, was Masha Svetkova. Still able to, oh no, she added a little bit of time, but that's okay. She still took first. We are currently on event 11, the mixed 100-yard butterfly. There is only one heat. Event 11, mixed 100-yard butterfly. There's only one heat. Coming up next, we have event 12, the mixed 200-yard freestyle. Should be ready. And on deck, event 13, the mixed 25-yard freestyle. 25-yard freestyle will have 9 heats, and those will be done from the opposite end of the pool. Please have your swimmers ready for events 12 and 13. Huh? You already blew the whistle? Does that mean something? Is it important when you blow the whistle? Come on, Jax. You like blowing the whistle, Jax. Remember, we need event 13, the mixed 25-yard freestyle on deck, all ready to go in the correct heats. There are 9 heats. Make sure you're lined up in your lane. Jesus. We are in the 200-yard freestyle. We have Masha Svetkova in lane 2. We have Naomi Lowe in 3, or Lilo. We have Adrian Barikovic in 4 and Eli Barnes in 5. All H-Pack. Definitely looking to see what's going to happen here because the competition is fierce. Still pushing, speeds picking up. We're on the last leg of it. We're at the 200-yard freestyle. Still waiting on this. The Masha and Naomi, like lanes 2 and 3, they're really competing against each other. Here we go. Last of it, Adrian looks like he's up there too. Wow. Definitely swimming like crazy. A first, second, and a third. All taking about the same amount of time. Almost completely through with this. We still have one more swimmer. That is in lane 5. That's Eli Barnes, who's 11 years old and swimming for HPEC. So we're going to go ahead and finish this additional laps, and please continue watching and bear with us online. Never mind, I lied. He's done. Here we go with event 13, the mixed 25-yard freestyle. Going to start with the little kids. This is going to be kind of like the first event, or the second event that we had, where it's third event, I'm sorry. Kind of like the 50-yard freestyle, but it's 25 only from the opposite end. A bunch of little kids going on up to the bigger ones. And, yep, bear with us. And pay attention. Bear with us and pay attention, please, to the names that are on this online cast. This live is going to have all that information up on there for you so you can keep up with it. I will be intermittently reporting to you live. It's just one of those things when you're trying to help coordinate and there's not enough parents to parent. And here we go. The kids are on their way. We have 4 going in the first heat. For heat 1, first place went to Zoe Wright-Kale, who's 10 years old, swimming for NRST. That was actually her first time. She got 20.73. We're on 13 right now. Maddie, where's your other pair of goggles? I didn't know her bag was there. No, her bag. Now going on to heat 3 and heat 2. Winner of that heat did go to lane 1. That was Layla Garza, who's 13 years old. Now we're on to heat 3 of 9. Remember, only 25 yards, so it's one leg from one end of the pool all the way to the other end. And let's see what these swimmers have for us today. And it looks like lucky lane 1 is going to work for us. Getting first place, that was Kevin Gunning from the Santa Fe Rays team, and that was an amazing job, dropping 5 seconds. We're now going into heat 4 of 9. So let's see how this one runs, and we're doing very well. Looks like we are about only 12 minutes behind now. We have and no longer a lucky lane 1, now a lucky lane 5, it looks like. Lane 5 ended up taking that. That was NRST 7-year-old Jamie. Great for him, taking off 1.5 seconds. We're now going into heat 5 of 9. This one's going to be interesting. We do have a lot of Santa Fe's swimmers in this one. The only one who's NRST is lane. Santa Fe swimmers are holding up for us. First place went to lane 4 for that one. So lane 4 was Juliana Breton. That is the Rays Santa Fe swimmer. She's only 7 years old. Wonderful. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm lying. That went to Owen Green in lane 4. He's only 10 years old. Okay. Did really awesome. We're going into, it was still Santa Fe, but we're going into heat 6 now. Kids are getting a little bit faster, a lot a bit faster. It looks like lane 6 is Santa Fe Rays, and they had 15-year-old Sophia Kester. She just took second in that heat. It looks like first went to, no, I'm lying, it was Sophia Kester. She took first. Second went to Michael Fan from HPAC. So we got some time to work on between the Rays and HPAC. But that's a big difference in age there. Wow, that is a big difference. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're noticing, 1602 and 1899. I'll tell you what, it's getting a lot more exciting. If you're paying attention, Michael Fan's only 7 years old, and Sophia Kester is 6 years old, and they were the last who took first and second with 16 and Jesus, that is a fast one. It looks like first place went to lane 2 in our old Thompson. She took first in that one. Second went to Santa Fe's 10-year-old male Slade Ward. So another good one. Santa Fe's really picking up on here. They're doing really, really well. We're now in heat 8 of 9, almost at the very end. They are going faster and faster. We are underneath. We're getting at 15 seconds here. We're looking at between 15 and 20 seconds for our swimmers. First place got 17.32 seconds, and that was in lane 4, and that was Lucas Forshaw from NRST. Now the final heat, heat 9, and let's see how this one ends up. Swimmers relax. Heat 9 of 9 for event 13 going on right now. Heat 14 up and ready. Event 14. That is the mixed 50-yard butterfly. We only have 2 heats. Please be ready. I also need an additional volunteer to come to the tables. One person to help out with ribbons. One person to help with ribbons. Please come sit at our table and help us. One volunteer. I'm gonna trick you. You put it back in the bag, give me 2. Now in event 14, the mixed 50-yard butterfly, only 2 heats for this one. We have in lanes 2, 3, and 4, this first heat, Matthew Hinojosa, still going, still pushing, really pushing. H-Pac's really getting themselves. Looks like Maddie from NRST in lane 4 just came up shortly, about 2 strokes ago. She's keeping up with them. They're all within each other and definitely trying to get it going. Need to kick a little bit more, kiddos. Reach! Reach! First place is going to go to lane 3. Second place to lane 2. That's Felipe Escobar and then Matthew Hinojosa. Maddie Spitzer ended up getting... She ended up beating her time, but we don't... Oh, here we go. Hang on. Lane 3, lane 2, lane 4, 47.10. Okay. Maddie Spitzer in 3rd place on that heat, but did shave off 4 seconds. Now we're on heat 2 of 2, and we have a full 6 lanes, all H-Pack except for lane 1, Annabelle Price, who is for NRST. On deck, event 15, mixed 200-yard IM. We have 1 swimmer for that. Then event 16, the mixed 100-yard backstroke. Events 15, 16, and 17. I need you all ready. Still need 1 volunteer to help with ribbons. Please, 1 person help with ribbons. Come over to us. We're on these white tables. First place in that last heat ended up going to lane 3. Lane 3 is Isabella Escobar, 12 years old, swimming for H-Pack, and a wonderful ending there. Now going into event 15, the mixed 200-yard IM. This is actually going to be a really steady one. It looks like we have a swimmer that was written in. So on lane 3, we have Masha Svetkova, who's 12 years old for H-Pack, and also swimming for H-Pack. We have our 14-year-old Annika Brashars in lane 2. Coming up next is event 16, the mixed 100-yard backstroke. We have event 17 also following that up, and that one has 4 heats. Just bear with us as we enjoy watching these young ladies swim. first in that heat with Micah in second. Both of them swimming very well and within each other. Um, Masha's a little bit slower than her usual, but she's still within her 3 seconds of that time and doing really, really great. Didn't have a time for Annika, so I can't really tell you anything on that one unless I go and dig. But we're now on the mixed 100-yard backstroke, and this one's only going to have one heat. We have 4 swimmers on that. Coach Mix's Morgan Caucus in lane 3. The rest, Isabella Escobar on lane 2, Micah Ramirez on lane 4, and Eli Barnes on lane 5 are all for H-Pack. Morgan Cock is the only one of these 4 who has seat time under a minute, but it's only by 0.01 seconds. So let's see if Morgan is going to be able to take that and bring it down a little bit lower. It's going to be his only chance. The other 3 swimmers are all within a minute and 25 seconds to minutes. That's what their times recently were. I'm very interested to see how Morgan does. This is a backstroke. It's a lot easier for the swimmers to swim as far as breathing is concerned. But it's a lot about keeping your body like a plank, making sure that you kick at the right times, making sure that your arms stretch out. You have to pull and pull and pull. And Morgan is pulling with that long reach that he's got. And he just hit the time. And it looks like Morgan is not going to give us below 1 minute. No, instead he's going to give us 1 minute and 4.71 seconds, which is about 4.72 too fast. Too slow. I'm sorry. Too slow. Oh my goodness. Though, just what does it say when you stroke, when you go? It's like, what is the always? I don't know what they're yelling. You're in the water. I guess you can't hear it. Is that all you hear? Only when you come up for like the air, like a little bit of air. Oh, so I shouldn't be yelling. But y'all don't hear it.
I hear it.
Some.
If you yell
That sounds like a test, like a challenge. You are challenging me to yell, and challenge has been accepted. Okay, you go, Lilo. Taking first in that last heat is going to be lane 3 with one. Is it lane 3? Yep, that was lane 3. That was Morgan Cock, and he didn't give us the time that we wanted. But he still took first, which is really, really good for his heat. We're now in heat 17, the mixed 25-yard butterfly. We only have 4 heats for this one. First heat has Austin Abe in lane 2, Jeffrey Davis in lane 3, and Daniela Otino in lane 4, all swimming for NRST, all 7 years old. And they're almost there, and they're all keeping up together, so we look like we're an actual team. Let's keep going, guys. That was the end of heat 1, and lane 4, which had Daniela Otino, is going to take first place for that heat. So congratulations, Daniela Otino. It's always great to beat the boys. We're now in heat 2. For heat 2, we have all 6 lanes filled. That's 10-year-old Barbie Waddle on lane 1. H-Pack has 1 swimmer, which is Sasha Svetkova on lane 2. And then Sophia Kester for Santa Fe Race is on lane 6. The other 3, lanes 3, 4, and 5, that's going to be Theo Hugger, Jacob Davis, and John Rod, respectfully, all swimming at NRST. But the only thing that we know over here is there are only 2 6-year-olds swimming in this heat, and they seem to be doing some of the best times. Ooh, and a close first and second between lanes 3 and 6, it looks like. 3 and 6. However, I think that lane 3 didn't have the right time come up. It should have been somewhere around 20 seconds. So first is going to go to Sophia Kester from the Santa Fe Rays. And she had a very fast time, considering her last seat time was 45. It's 19.20. I think somebody didn't do their math right. Just finishing up heat 3 of 4 for event 17. We need 18, 19, and 20 on the ready, beyond the ready. For heat 3, first place on that one went to lane 5, Matthew Anahosa, 9 years old, coach swimming for H-Pack. He had 21.56 seconds, which means that he took off at least 5 seconds. So a really good heat there. Good time for Matthew Anahosa. Now we're on heat 4, and we have H-Pack versus NRST, basically. H-Pack has their 10-year-old male Felipe Escobar on 2, sister Isabella Escobar in lane 3, Zachary Ramirez is in lane 1, and then NRST has Lucas Forshaw in 4, Elena Otino in 5, and Ava Green on 6. First with 17.11 seconds for that heat, which was really amazing, is going to be lane 3, Isabella Escobar, followed by lane 4, Lucas Shaw. So we have H-Pack and NRST, R12, and that 9-year-old Lucas Forshaw really picking it up. We're now moving into event 18, the mixed 100-yard breaststroke. Coach Kondo and Sarah McCloy seem to be on a really good attempt to pick up our time. We want to be ready by noon. We want to get out of here before those heat indices get up over the 120s down here in our little South Texas. So heat 1 of 1 for event 18, the mixed 100-yard breaststroke. We have, this is all Coach Kondo's doing, all swimming for the High Performance Aquatic Club. In lane 1, Ava Hernandez. Lane 2, we have Naomi Lowe, or Lilo. And then lane 3, Masha Svetkova, one of our faster swimmers. Annika Brashars in lane 4, Michael Ramirez in lane 5, and Michael Fenn in lane 6. This will be very interesting considering everyone is 12 and up except for Michael Fenn, who is only 7. Remember, if you are watching live, this is the 100-yard breaststroke. So they would to come off the block and then make a round trip back to the block twice. Event 18, heat 1 already coming under wraps. First place is going to go to lane 3, Masha Svetkova, who did really, really well. And then we had lane 2 with our very own Lilo coming in at second. So amazing fast times. Swimmers are doing a much better job as they progress. It looks like they're having fun. They're staying relaxed. Parents are helping. Volunteers are helping. Everything is running very smoothly. We're now moving into event 19, the mixed 100-yard freestyle. I guess I lost the last challenge because, you know, Lilo went out there and swam. I was supposed to yell her name and see if she can hear me, and that didn't work out because I forgot because I was talking to y'all. So we'll get her. She will swim again. Trust me, even if I have to throw her out there on something. And we are on the mixed 100-yard freestyle, event 19, heat 1 of 2. We have Santa Fe's Ian Hernandez in lane 1. NRST has Aiden Lopez in lane 2, Alston Shabala Bolster in lane 3, and Preston Perry in lane 4. And then we have H-Pack's 9-year-old Matthew Anahosa on lane 5. Let's see what Matthew does for us this time. the first and best of the best decided to be the 9-year-old. Matthew Hinojosa took first with 1 minute and 6.38 seconds. Is this right? I'm sorry. Is this correct? I'm on live. Is this correct? Coach Kondo, for everybody on live, I have to verify something. I have to verify something for the live, okay? And we're on live. And Matthew Hinojosa is 9 years old, and he just shaved off almost 30 seconds.
No, that was Naomi.
Oh, they moved her. No. Oh. I was like, you have a 9-year-old who went and got that much time? I was f***ing out. I was like, I know Matthew's good, but wow. Got it. Confused me. Just wanted clarification. Thank you. Okay, so first place next weekend. We're going to put that on Matthew, poor thing. The first place went to Lilo, who ended up being in lane 6 with 1 minute 6 seconds. And that was confusing for me, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely had to pick that up. But that was Naomi Lilo. Okay, so we're in heat 2. Felipe Escobar's in lane 1. Ava Hernandez in lane 2. Morgan Cog. Ooh, we'll see how Coach Mix's Wonder Boy is holding up because he's looking really good up there in lane 3. Swims. Meets that we're trying to get into. And Zachary Ramirez is in lane 6. So that one, first place was lane 4, Isabella Escobar with H-Pack. And she did in and 9.58 seconds. She added time to hers, but she really didn't do too bad. But she still took first in that heat. We're now in event 20. It's a mixed 50-yard backstroke. And heat 1 of 4 has Zoe Reichel in lane 1, Chase Abe in lane 2, Josie Layton in lane 3, Sasha Zvikova in lane 4, Ella McConnell in lane 5, and Daniela Otino in lane 6. Looks like they're all NRST with the exception of Sasha. And she is just at 6 years old. Let's see how this talks. I guess I'm going to have to find Matthew Hinojosa when this whole thing is over, just so I can talk to him and Naomi Lowe together and kind of like match up those times. Still waiting for some of these kids to get over here. Come walk by my stand and get some talking in on the live. Always good to hear the kids, but if I can get little Mr. Hinojosa, then I am going to try that. For heat 1 of event 20, first place is going to go to lane 5, which is 12-year-old Ella McConnell for NRST, who didn't have a time to begin with, and she now has 50.3 seconds, which will definitely move her into a different heat for her next time when she competes in this event. Second place went to lane 1 with NRST at Zoe Reichel. And we are almost through with this one. Heat 2 is already on deck. For Heat 2, we have lane 1, Ava Green. Lane 2, Matthew Hinojosa. Oh, there's Matthew again. Lane 3, Julissa Ochoa. Lane 4, Kenley Bocolt. Lane 5, Sophia Thompson. And lane 6, Michael Fan. I'm going to say that my money might end up being somewhere between Julissa Ochoa in lane 3 and probably going to end up being like, I don't know. Gosh, we got some good swimmers. I can't figure it out. I'm like, Ava Green fast, Matt. No, Michael Fan's fast. I don't even know. They're all about around the same area in their lanes. We've got a couple that already took their flip turns. Everybody's shortly right behind them. And here we go. Our leader right now is lane 2. But that one's slowly losing it to lane 5. It looks like lane 5 wants it. That's Sophia up for it. Push, 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 push. And the first place is going to, oh my gosh. That is a close one with switched numbers. 5 and 2. 5 and 2. Lanes 5 and 2. That's who we have taking first and second with a 47.58 and a 47.85. What are the odds? What are the odds? Matthew Hinojosa taking second place with a 47.85, and Sophia Thompson taking first with a 47.58. That is some good speedsters. And I was totally wrong. I didn't have anybody clicked. I mean, I knew everybody was fast. We're now in Heat 3. Heat 3 has Rylan Parker, Aiden Lopez in lane 2, Elena Latino in lane 3, Annabelle Price in lane 4, Maddie Spitzer in 5, and Ian Hernandez in lane 6. Ooh, it's going to be a really good one because they're all within about 0.4 of each other's times. And we are pushing. They are going home. Lane 3, Autumn Otino is really gliding there. I think she's going to take first. Annabelle Price is in lane 4. Maddie Spitzer's in lane 5. Really keeping up with that. First place goes to lane 3. That's Elena Otino from NRST at 12 years old. Lane 4 got second. Lane 5 got third. And still, they shaved off some time. Gosh, these girls are fast. This is 40, that's 5. Now we're on heat 4 of 4. Isabella Escobar's in 1, Annika Bashard's in 2, Naomi Lilo in 3, Liam McCloy in 4, Michael Ramirez in 5, and Caden Cooper in 6. Now it's my time for my challenge. Here we go. Let's go, Lilo! Faster, Lilo! Keep going. Hurry up, Lilo! Faster, Lilo! I said Lilo enough. I'm hoping that she picks it up. She's coming in right now for her close. And Naomi Lowe gets first in lane 3 on heat 4. Her time is 36.76, a little bit slower than what she usually does, but still amazing for our very Monica Brashard making funny faces. You probably can't see that from the camera because we're kind of far away, but she's the one that was doing the Macarena the last time, and it is just so wonderful doing these. We're now going into event 21, the mixed 25-yard breaststroke. We have 4 heats for this one, then we're going to take a short break before we come into some of the longer swim events and the back end of us almost being through for the day. So this looks like we're definitely going to be a different kind of ending for us, and kids are getting wrapped up. We're still trying to push this first heat, but we're almost there, and swimmers have been doing amazing today. Let's go ahead and give a shout out. Real quick announcement as we come to our close on this first heat. A very close first heat. Very good swimming. We only have 4 heats for event 21, the mixed 25-yard breaststroke. After this event, we're taking a short break of 3 minutes, and then I'll need an event 22 up at the blocks. So first place ended up going to lane 1 in that heat, and that was Isla Shabala Bolster for NRA, who didn't have a time, but now has the quickest time, being 9 years old and 7 seconds on her mixed 25-yard breaststroke, which is amazing for a 9-year-old. We're now on heat 2. Theo Huggers in lane 1. Finley Stockall, that is an 8-year-old from the Rays from Santa Fe. I don't remember that name. That's why I'm announcing it right now. In lane 2. In lane 3, we have Briley Layton, Olivia Hernan 4, Sasha Zvigova in 5. Didn't she just swim? She should be tired. Then we have Daniela Otino, who also just swam, I think. So in lane 6, we got some tired little swimmers. And first place for heat 2 is going to go to lane 3, Briley Layton, 9 years old for NRST, who just took off 6 seconds from her overall seed time and swam that a lot faster. Man, these kiddos are really going for it. We're now in heat 3 of heat 4. In heat 3, Michael Fan goes in lane 1, Holden Parker in 2, Lucas Forshaw in 3, Levi McCloy in 4, Jacob Davis in 5, and Jesse Layton in 6. Let's see how these swimmers hold up on 25 yards. We're on event 21, heat 3 of 4. After event heat 4, we're taking a short break. After heat 4, we're taking a short 3-minute break after heat 4. Please remember. Still going. First place for that heat goes to lane 3, which is Lucas Forshaw, 9 years old, and swimming a little bit slower than his seed time, just by a fraction of a second, but still in that heat. We're moving on to the final heat of this event. This is heat 4 of 4, event 21, the 25-yard breast. In lane 1, Felipe for Santa Fe in lane 3. Ava Hernandez in 5. Another Santa Fe swimmer, Aiden Stockwell, in lane 5. Sorry, in 4. And then Aiden, following this, we'll take a small 3-minute break, and you will have a brief time to possibly listen to music, if I can find it. I have my very own Maddie Spitzer with me while we're waiting on this heat, and I just want to tell y'all I'm super proud of my little Maddie. Maddie made a conscientious goal for herself, try to shave off about a 1/10 of a second every, 2 weeks, right? Until you're 16 to be able to achieve Katie Ledecky relay times. But you're, overdoing it.
Am I? I know it's not. I guess go big or go home.
I love you. You're wonderful.
Love you too.
Break. have event number 22, the mixed 400-yard IM. Swimmers should be on lanes 3 and 4. Oh, it's a little bit of a mix. Masha does, Masha. And then Ava Hernandez in lane 4, and she's going to be kicking the fins. This is super interesting. So we have 2 swimmers in this heat, only because we're trying to fill in some lanes. Event 22, the mixed 400-yard IM. We have Masha Svetkova doing that one right now in lane 3. Here is Ava Hernandez in lane 4, and she is doing the kicking with fins. Don't you just hate it when you talk into a microphone and you forget that it's off? And then you have to come back and repeat everything with the same gumption and you don't have it? So, what I was saying as I was speaking to a ghost mic was that we are on event 22. We have Masha Svetkova doing that one, the 400-yard IM. It's 4 different strokes. And then Ava Hernandez is with her, but she's just swimming with the fins. Next event, 23, and then final event, 24. So we're almost done. We have a fun time with Kick with Fins. I think everybody would love that if you were watching it live. And then we have our 100-yard freestyle relay, and then we're going to get out of here before the indices for South Texas like to increase right over 120 degrees. So I'm sitting here, and we're on like the last minute of this event right now. It's getting warmer. People can feel it. I guess we're going to bring more fans in. It was cool for a while. My personal fan died. It's okay. I had it on high. That might have been my fault. It died. I'm all right. We're gonna make it in this. We're almost there. Okay, we have a little bit slower of a time, but we have Masha finally finishing up with her heat, and we are going to get out of this one and go into event 23, and that is heat 1, kick with fins. This will be a lot of fun. Just check out the names. Everyone's taking a part of it, except for Santa Fe, I believe, but it's okay. It's just time to have some fun and watch everybody do what they do best, and that's swim. Oh, there's she has a phone too. Somebody can take a picture. No, she has TikTok and Snapchat. Okay. You on? Here, go find your social life. And we're off in lane 2, Annika Brashar's, lane 3, Holden Parker, lane 4, Caleb Ramirez, and lane 5, Levi McCloy. Just want to let you know that the other 3 kids are 8 and 9, and Annika is the only 13-year-old, but she's pretty small, very petite for her age. And I think she gave a mad look at her dad. We're going to go find out what that was about here shortly. Yep, Annika took second in that one. She almost did it. I'll tell you, it's harder to do it when you're kicking with fins and having a board. We're currently on event 23, heat 2 of 2. Please be ready. If you are fixing to leave, please make sure you pick up any trash around your area. And we thank you for your volunteers. And first place for that heat went to Felipe Escobar, who was in lane 3. Following him very closely in lane 4, Isabella Escobar. I'm going to say they're brother and sister, so it makes sense. We're now on to event number 24. This is the final event. Oh, no, it looks like we have 2 heats. I'm sorry, we have 2 more events. We're on heat 1 right now, the 50-yard freestyle. We have 4 competitive teams. HPAC C team in lane 2, NRST's A team in lane 3, in lane 4 HPAC's B team, and in lane 5 NRST's C team. And we're off with this first heat. None of these teams have any seed times. They've all been put together. It's our first time being put together in these orders, so we have different swimmers than we usually have. So let's just take a look and see how we do here. Correction, we have one more heat after this one, and then event 25. And then we're going to go home. Taking first plate in that heat is going to be Lane. Hold on 1 second for me, people. H-Pack. My apologies. In lane 1 was H-Pack. We had another additional team, and they're the ones that are going to take first. Looks like we're looking at almost in order. So H-Pack in lane 1 and RST in lane 2 taking first and second for that heat. We're fixing to start heat 2 of 2, and we are on our way. In heat, we have full lanes. H-Pack A on lane 1, Santa Fe A on lane 2, Santa Fe 8-year-old A on lane 4, Santa Fe 8-year-old girls A on 5, and NRST's A for 10-year-old boys on lane 6. So we've got a good full lineup here. Olympics here, but sometimes you just don't have that shot. Lane 4, his goggles came off, and he's pushing it. He stopped for a split second. Might have crushed him there, but it was a cute little smile. And he went going. He's like, I can do this with these goggles taken off. And yes, he did. He made it. We all have a first place. So HPAC's A team took first in this heat already. Let's see who's going to come in second. Second place went to lane two. Lane two was Santa Fe's A team with for the Rays. That team was comprised of Slade Ward, who's 10 years old, Javi Gunning, who's 10 also. Oh, these are all 10 boys. Owen Green was the third leg, and then Aiden Stockel on the last leg there coming in. And lane three just finished. That was Santa Fe's B team. So still some really good times on there. NRST's A team did come in third, so still a really good place. We're now on event 25 in the final event for this. This is event 25, mixed 11 and over 200-yard freestyle relay. We have NRST C team in lane two. They're a shorter person, so it looks like someone's going to have to swim double. Lane three is NRST's B team, and lane four is NRST's A team. So swimming in lane four is the first leg. It looks like we have Alston, Shabala, Bolster. These are younger. Well, no. These are 12 to 14-year-olds. It's 14 and under for that one. And then our lane three ended up having first leg swam by, not really sure. It was supposed to be Maddie Spitzer, but I think Maddie Spitzer's going to be held out for the last leg. So lane three is going again. It's either Aiden Lopez. No, it's not Aiden Lopez. It was Ryland Parker, age 12. It just went out. Definitely a competition as parents are wrapping up their things and getting ready to leave at the end of this. I know we're all hot. I'm still drinking water. Haven't had a whole lot to munch on, but that's okay. I'll just go complain to Sarah later for her slacking on the snacking. But we are getting it. There is a short lap. It looks like lanes 2 and 4 are going to be together. Head to head. They're trying to make it, those poor swimmers. And lane 3 is pushing right now. Yep, as I predicted, we see lane 3's final leg. It's going to be Maddie Spitzer, and that'll determine who gets first because we are all looking at a pretty good line to line. And Maddie just took off. Very lovely dive. Slipstream came up right before half side of the pool. And there goes Maddie. Final leg for lane 4, and lane 2 just took off. Hi, Annika. Come here. I saw you give your dad a face after you did that fins thing. How much, what happened?
Oh, I was supposed to beat somebody and I didn't beat him.
You didn't?
She was supposed to get $5.
And that's because they're younger than you.
I took off 14 seconds.
But they're smaller than you and they're younger than you, but they're like half your age. You're so tiny. You can do this. I love you. Lane 3 took 2 minutes and 06 seconds on that one, which is a little bit slower than what they usually do. Hi, Levi. So they'll take first for that event. Let me see who's coming in second. It's going to be lane 4, our NRST A team, lane 4 taking second, and NRST C team finishing their last leg of that event. Where they just had their last swimmer go out there. aisle. As we are coming to a wrapping end, I just want to say congratulations to all of our swimmers today. Thank you very much. Great job. Had a lot of time shaved off by everybody. Thank you to Santa Fe for coming out and sharing this with us. It's always a lot of fun to have out-of-town teams. And thank you so much for volunteering and keeping our pool clean and in a wonderful meet organizing direction that we went today. We appreciate it all, and please get out of the sun now.